Hi, I'm going to show you what we're going to be working on with the narrative workshop. And I'm going to show you this even if you're not in my second hour. I'm going to use second hour to show you. So I will be posting as soon as I can. This takes a lot of work to make for seventh hour. And I might tweak it a little bit, but we are going to be working on our narrative final draft. Okay. And we will also, to work on that final draft, we're going to be working on the assignments in this narrative workshop. So let's take a look at numbers 57 and 58. Let's start with the final draft. Okay, so you're going to look at my document. It looks a little bit different for me. Okay, so this is what it looks like. So number 57, narrative final draft, and seventh hour, yours will say seventh hour. So your directions are to write a 750 to 3,000 word narrative. Okay, I will help you with this, so don't panic when you look at this. We're going to work on this together. And I want to take like 5 days max to work on this, and then we're done. Okay. Because this has dragged out a long time because we stopped school and going every other day, so now we're just going to crank this out and get it done. Okay. So I've included in this document that you're going to have, these were the rough drafts that we worked on to make this final draft. We started with the 3 stories, number 41, and then we took one of those items and then copied and pasted it into the fast draft. And then in the fast draft, we added more information. Okay, and then we had already talked about the number 40 narrative rubric, so that's how I'm going to grade you. So you're going to look at that if you want. And then there were 2 examples of narratives that we read. Now, if you haven't done some of these assignments, it's going to make it really hard to do your final draft. So make sure that you complete the 3 stories, that you complete the final draft, or the fast draft, sorry, and that you look at the narrative rubric, okay, and that you read these 2 stories. I even read them to you, so make sure you do those. So the Red Roses narrative is about a middle schooler, or a person who was in middle school, and she had to, there was a boy in school that liked her, and he was kind of awkward, and he gave her red roses, right? And then she talked about what happened when the day that he gave her the red roses, and I'm not going to tell you the rest of it because I don't want to ruin it for people who have not read it. And then the frog story is about a girl who wants to prove to her parents that she can be responsible and left alone, and then they leave her alone without a babysitter when she's in middle school also, and then a frog ends up in the house and what she does to take care of that. So those are 2 examples that I want you to take a look at, really good examples. Okay. And then I also have the links to the narrative workshop. I'm going to talk about that in a second. So when it's time for us to start working on our final drafts, you're going to start typing your final draft here. I can't even type correctly. Okay. I gave you all the links right here so that it's easy for you to get to them. Okay, so we're going to start with the narrative workshop. So if we go to the narrative workshop, if we go in Schoology, narrative workshop looks like this. And these all have to be completed, and they have to be completed in order. And we're going to work on this together, so don't freak out or panic or anything like that, okay? This is basically an exposition mini lesson, a dialogue mini lesson, a description mini lesson, a transition mini lesson, and an opening, ending, and title mini lesson. So we're going to go through these little by little, okay? These documents right here is the same thing as what's in the video. It's just in a document, so you have 2 options there, okay? So all of these are Edpuzzle lessons, and they use the same resources that I have. I made videos, but this lady kind of does a better job than I do, so I just used hers. Okay, so you are going to, we're going to do this together. We're going to watch this Edpuzzle. Okay, we'll work on that on Friday. You're going to watch this Edpuzzle, complete it. Okay, ask me if you have any questions. you're going to take a look at the document that goes with the exposition. So you're going to look at both of those tomorrow. And then it's writing workshop time. And writing workshop means you go into your final draft and start working on your final draft. So you can take your rough draft in the fast draft that we did, copy that, paste it into the final draft, and start adding. Add exposition. Okay? And we're going to be working on adding each of one of these every day. Now, if you're the kind of person that you don't want to do this with a class, you just want to crank it all out, you can do that also, but you have to do these in order. Okay, and I am going to be adding a couple more. I just haven't had the time to get to them yet because these were a lot of videos that I had to do and create. Okay, so the due date for the final draft, right now we're looking at Sunday, December 6th. This is going to be in third marking period. This will be after Thanksgiving, so I don't want you to stress too much about this right now. All right? Send me a message in Schoology. You know how to do that. You just go into the envelope up here and send me a message. You just type my last name and message me if you have questions. Okay, so once you watch this video, you just need to turn in the document in Schoology and I will give you credit for this. All right? Thanks. Bye.